Horse store with no HP declared right now, so that means he could have a bit of intel to work with. But the net is closing. They're in the hallways. They're by the breach, looking for a backstep. Phase of the countdown, attacking everywhere once again.
Big Nitro, but KDS survives it. He wants to get aggressive now, but he's going to walk into a crossfire. They know exactly where these secret players are. He manages to dodge the doorway.
Oh, hold up.
Bit of team fire. Souls lights him up a little bit more, but Cyber finds his gap. Another one! And Doom is left in a 1v3 to save the tournament, to save Team Secrets. He can't find many, but he finds the first two. Finicking
10
to give
seconds.
FaZe everything they've been searching for years. It's Doom! One man can save a championship.
Doom's mother watching in the crowd. Her son might just have made the play of his career so far, denying FaZe the championship. Mind you, that was the round where they stood up before thinking, we won. They sit back down, they play out the round. It comes down to a 3v1. That should be it. That should be wraps. And Doom finds the perfect spot between the rotate and the reinforced wall. The fact that Blackbeard died shortly before was everything. It meant every gun that he took could be a pre-fire headshot going for that fight. Had the BB been there and he sees you, they're all gonna come for you 3v1.
And Mowgli has had such a rough match so far. He is such a mental player, and he has fed opening kills over and over again. Thank God for Secret that they have Doom. He doesn't care what the scoreline is.
Breathe.
He doesn't care how many players he must take down to get there. He will continue battling until it's over. And it is far, far from over.
You know, no matter what happens here, Twister is gonna be so proud of his boys. He has the biggest smile. He's down 0-2 in maps. They're technically in the gutter, but they are writing the story themselves on how they're winning these rounds and how hard they're fighting. Because we're worried that Secret would go out without a fight, but they have chosen to fight back.
FaZe Clan was so certain that the hammer was theirs, that they got out of their chairs to go and raise it. But Secret, they don't care at all. They don't care if it's a 1v3, a 1v5. They don't care if they're 0-6 down. They will never give it up.
15 kills, 16, ends on 19 here for Doom. One bullet difference, teams. One more bullet connects, they lose the round.
Cinema.
And he cannot believe it.
And he's barely raising his voice.
I mean, that right there, you're holding your breath.
That is German machined precision and efficiency if I have ever seen it.
The precise cut. Now after that, perhaps Doom is thankful for a very brief tech pause there, because there is so much adrenaline going through your body when that play happens. And the worst part is, maybe the best part in some ways, you have to keep playing, but you're shaken. You're fueled by adrenaline. 8-8, and I'll have to reiterate, you need to win leading by 2 rounds.
It's first to 10 now.
It's first to 10 now. Getting 9 does not make you a winner. If you go 9-9, then it's first to 11.
You talk about the adrenaline hit of Doom winning that clutch. What about the adrenaline hit of FaZe thinking it was over?
That's it. I mean, that's the biggest mental boom there is. I cannot speak to that because I've never done that. What does that do to a player? I can imagine the worst of things. Because like I said, the second you win, everything leaves your body, the worries, the stress, oh my God, we did it. You unfocus. Because mind you, the level of focus and discipline that's happening when you're playing in this level of a match, it's something else. You'll never have experienced this unless you've played some sort of high-level sport or esport or something of that kind in your life.
$3 million on the line. That is the prize pool of the Six Invitational. And a pretty good payday. If you FaZe, you think you've already won it.
you fight all year long to hopefully qualify just to be top 20. Then you fight all week long in phase 1 into phase 2 in hopes of making the grand stage. And then you hope, you dream of making the grand finals. Here comes the push.
Noah sees his gap, Mowgli just too late. Noah on the rear side doesn't find his angle. Look at this, poised up on top of the perch. Cyber looks to fight back. Souls has been taken a little bit down on damage, but not killed as of yet. An impact goes out, and Handy elsewhere has found Adrian. Secret cannot break into this room. The diffuser has been locked in.
That's the Heartbreacher. They're
Outside
missing
the
Heart
building.
Destruction. They need to remove these angles of breaching the bathroom walls into meeting, but the Ace being dead, they literally cannot do it. They rush the bombs up instead.
They look to get aggressive, but they
Big
don't have the
switch.
defuse. They have to go for kills, and so Choom is the first one in the building for Team Secret, and Noah finds the opener!
Corner.
They go big on the bomb site, but King tucks into the corner. He needs to hold on. Handy's coming in to support, and KDS has found one. Choom needs to have a massive moment.
Oh my
and
God.
protects Mowgli, who holds down the forts. 1v4 for Mowgli in front of the French crowds. As E1D will roar on out, lock his opposition in place. But the crossfire is enough for FaZe to grasp yet another championship points.
They had no other option. The second Adrian dies on the Ace and they can't disrupt the crossfires by breaching that bathroom walls into meeting, the round is done. So they go for plan B, a fast side execute combined with the line was honestly really good, but they could not find and take down King. They could not secure the majority of the bomb side. The Goyo fire gets popped, the rollers come back downstairs, and then the round is over. Adrian, a name we haven't said much of here in Fortress, statistically having a hard one. I think he's 6 and whatever else, scoreline, 6-14, I'm not entirely sure. He is, let me look, 5 and 14. 5 and 14.
20 years of age.
I know, and I'm not saying this is dog on him, but he's playing a very important operator of the Ace, and he dies without getting the primary destruction done. You can also argue, why is Adrian the player on the backstab cutoff, but he's the only Heartbreacher in the server? I think this is just a small miscommunication again. They probably thought somebody had can openers, somebody had secondary heart destruction or something like that, but they didn't. And they realized too little too late. It's that, or they just risked everything on that meeting push.
Adrian's first Six Invitational Grand Final is proving to be a challenge. It's proving to be asking of him so much more than anything he's ever had set before him. And for some players on Team Secret, that's a challenge that they're ready for. Look at Noah, 18 kills. Look at what Choom did, staring down the barrel of defeat.
He's on 19 himself, I believe, from Joom last we saw before the reho. So, I mean, Handy dropped the 20 bomb already.
We can't forget the MVP of this grand final so far.
You're
is
proclaimed
Handy.
MVP, okay? That's all you.
Look, you can't deny the numbers.
I'm taking King on bank. That guy was a menace, calling the shots, perfect predictions, but sure. You take the scoreline, I'll take the mastermind.
Let's have a look at what King can cook up on the Blitz this round. There are a few counters for the Blitz in tow, but Handy is going to again finish off Mowgli. What's 9 plus 10, Nick?
21.
21 kills for Handy. Mowgli finished off, and I believe another player was in his position
taking
looking
his
for a little
spot.
bit more.
This is secret though, right? This feels like Consulate. They lash out thinking, we haven't seen this one in a while, but FaZe are always locked in. What's their opponent's play style? They go for those risky plays. Let's watch the windows. If you made a stat on the least spawn peak team in history, I think FaZe make it, but Joom, he jumps out, he strikes back. Savage still chokes his one, and Cyber low on health though, not the end of the world, but Secret again. That mid-round is slowly falling apart. It's Adrian, Joom, and Noah who has to technically clutch up from here on out.
I've released the boogie. I'm done.
FaZe slow and steady prepare. The bomb site down below in kitchen, waiting. Noah on the bomb site with keeper barriers ready to deploy. But Medbay's already been cleared. This is a pivotal position.
It
This
is.
clears out both of the bomb sites in one.
It's the
FaZe
heart.
everything that they need right now.
I mean, time could be a thing, right? Goyo fire, toxic babes, no longer Cyber, jumps up the final tick of damage before the injury and kill confirmed. But that means a Medbay retake in theory possible, but I don't think Secret have the balls to go for that aggressive play right now. What happened just a couple of rounds ago, right? They're playing stalking corners, not lashing out. Now FaZe are setting up to get intel, one player, looking for a second. Then they're going to get everybody in the right positions, use the 4 Candelas, use the flashbangs from KDS, and push together.
Angle from above.
That's Ying.
Finds a vertical kill. They suddenly have more to think about as they jump back in the building. Adrian has to have a big impact with the gas, and he keeps one of the players at bay. 3 inside of medbay as FaZe look to get aggressive. They need to find an opening onto the bomb site. They know exactly where Noah's been playing, and KDS looks to go deep. Can't pre-fire.
Good flashbang
goes out, but Noah goes deep. Finds a kill. Adrian deploys his last gas bait and holds down a big kill. Two more rounds of overtime. Team Secrets, they keep staring down defeat. They stare death in the face, and they say, not today.
We go again, and again, and again, and again, and again. FaZe will usually take the first round in OT, but then Secret, they show up. It is another 3v4 masterclass. There was one operator for FaZe that was more scary than the rest. A full health souls on the Ying, 4 Candelas. 4 Candelas in pocket to obliterate the bomb site. Dies to the verticality of Doom. He once more is in the right spot at the right time to save his team. Secret will go back on the attack. FaZe on defense.
And it's been 6 defense round wins in a row since we hit overtime. Every single round won by defense. Secret have a chance to break the streak after yet another clutch moment and another 3K from Doom.
Poor Doom's mother, I gotta say. If you think it's hard being a player, try being a spectator close to one of these people. Whether it be a coach, support cast like analyst, your parents, your close friends. Because you're so invested emotionally and you have no control of what's happening in the server. At least if you're Doom, you're saying, guys, I'm about to make another play.
Doom has 22 kills right now to 10 deaths. He's even beaten out Handy, who's still 6 on 21.
A performance é inigualável de ambas equipes.
It's been
O
a
jogo
gift
realmente está muito
for Secret to
disputado,
be here in this
muito
grand final, but
comparado.
one that they have earned, one that they have consistently put themselves back into the fight for. Adrian takes a lot of damage at the start of this round. FaZe keep getting aggressive early in the round. It seems to always be Adrian who's the victim.
And Mowgli first of all. Again, Fortress, as we keep saying, it's a very new map. Those drone holes, the jump outs, the small angles, you don't see every single scrim. They can easily punish you. Now, Secret, they're doing something new. I was gonna say risk assessment changes in overtime, but we're so deep in overtime, I'm not sure that's the case anymore. A Blitz and a Ying. The only thing in my mind missing would be a Lion, but you won't have destruction. You want Twitch to clear out the trap operators to enable Savage in, and you want the in for denial here from Adrian. Here comes the Canelas, and so into the push.
Who is it? It's Warden on the other side, the perfect operator, but it does bait him away for a brief moment. Are they watching the angle? Doom finds the first kill. The Nitro Cell. Doom is the hero of Secret today as they look to finally break this defensive streak. Doom goes massive. Savage's town is opening on the Blitz, and Secret now have everything they need to finally find their own map point. But Handy, he's in the corner, and he's snuck behind enemy lines. He finds one. Now he just has to deny the plan, and Cyber has looked to try and fight back for FaZe. The plant goes down. Savage and Noah to clutch up as Cyber and Handy get back around it. They see the Blitz. Already low HP, but they might not know it. Good flash from Savage. Can he go deep for the kill? Cyber finally caught out by Noah. It's a 1v1. As Handy gets onto the plant, he sticks it halfway done. Noah has to commit to the fake. Handy goes. Secret cannot stop clutching up. First it was Doom, and now it is the young Swede at his first 6 Invitational.
We have turned to utter madness. Secret are not winning the rounds clean, but they are winning them excitedly.
And for the first time in this series, Secret are 1 round away from winning a map.
They broke the streak of defense as well with this, right? There was, 6 rounds of defense, just 1. They could not lose. It's been their paradise. Now they will go back there themselves. This play from Jum, getting opening pick, goes in the balcony, and then hip fires the Warden. Hits the headshot. And then Secret, they do what they've been doing really well in a bad way. They really struggle in the mid to late round, and things kind of fall apart. And then Noah, who is losing his damn mind from the pressure, cannot stop laughing.
Somebody give this man a hug. But maybe wait until a few more rounds when we're going into map number 4.
How much more? How much more?
How deep can we go?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like FaZe, they'll have the strat book, they'll have the levels, they'll have the variety. But Secret refuse to die. Genuinely, they are refusing to end here in Fortress.
It has been 16 rounds since FaZe last won an attack. We played 19 rounds of Siege.
Okay.
16 rounds ago, FaZe won their last attack round. Secret, all they need to do is what they have done time and time again and lock in a defense.
Starts off well, Kitty is on a lot of fire. Secret back at the plan, the early pressure. Mowgli feeling it. I think they've made the shot on it, guys. Let's go crazy. That's how we're winning, is by clutching, by making those hero plays. So let's do that hero play together. Make it a team effort.
Adrian has finally had his moment. He's finally proved himself on Secret in this grand final. Vidikin goes deep. And he immediately gets out of the course.
He's solo dropped against the Warden and the smoke.
It's good night to the Blitz, and FaZe are sent reeling.
That's the case. That's the pushing power. Here comes Solsto on the glass, has to make a play himself.
Flashbang comes out, but there's nothing to do for it. There's no way for them to flush Adrian out of this position without a grenade. No verticality able to be utilized, but Noah finally shot out of it. Petrocell doesn't find what he's looking for, though, and the gap's been found by FaZe. But Adrian finds one. He knows he's being hunted from down below, but he can also sit back safe. Jum wants to find an aggressive peek on KDS. The Ash is looking hot and holding down that position. Mowgli has the read, has the position, and Jum and him team up together. Aggressive Nitro Cell, but Mowgli is caught on his aggressive play. FaZe have read Secret like a book.
It's honestly a great play from Secret. Sound cover with the C4, but Handy just reads it too well, like you said. Adrian now, they want to clear out KDS on the exterior breach. It could be an important block, but he swings and misses. KDS takes him down. Jum once again, last man standing, 1v3. He's been here before.
He's done it once and he can do it again. Step 1. Cyber is down. KDS is low HP, and he knows exactly where he is.
One more has the case. Has the case. Top blue to his right.
The best player of each team go head to head. Young blood will not spill on Fortress.
How many times can one player be the defining factor? How many times can one man step up when it matters the most? And how many times can you win a 1v3 to go into OT, stay in OT, and win in OT?
One of the greatest moments we've seen from an individual player. Staring down elimination points, staring down a map points, and he will do it every single time. 1v3s, Jum is your man. Every day of the week. And Team Secret have pushed us to a 4th map. This series has legs. Let's see how fast it can run on the
Jogaram
next
muito,
map.
viu? Jogaram muito mesmo. De obra, desde a parte defensiva, a estratégia de combate. Excelente. E ambas as equipes mostraram um desempenho incrível. Incrível. Ambas as equipes estão de parabéns. Parabéns à equipe vencedora. Mostrou que a habilidade realmente é tudo.
It's all down to this, Delta team. Put Phobos down. Copy that.
Team 2, respond. We've got rats. Secure the ship. enjoy killing you.
Game over, Phobos.
As equipes jogaram muito mesmo. Nossa, foi um jogo assim, de emoção do começo ao fim, né?
Mission accomplished, Delta Team.
Não mostrou
Rainbow may be
favorito,
closing, but
no final,
no one else could have done this.
Incrível.
We stopped the Carries Legion. What comes next is out of our hands.
Show dos jogos. Gosta dos jogos online, realmente incrível.
Global safety concerns continue to rise following a recent string of terrorist attacks on central intelligence facilities. So far, no government agency has been able to provide a...
Must be bad if you're calling me.
Alley's already on its way. We need you, Bishop.
Super.
Estudante, pronto para garantir algumas recompensas dessa nova fase? Seus passos no ensino médio vão te preparar para o futuro. Hora de viver uma nova fase. O Pé de Meia, um incentivo financeiro do governo do Brasil para que milhões de jovens de baixa renda sigam firmes nos estudos. Incentivo de frequência e conclusão para cada ano letivo. Um investimento para estudantes vencerem e zerarem o jogo. Governo do Brasil, do lado dos estudantes, do lado do povo brasileiro.
Usa um rápido. Ele aumenta a tensão, revela pistas, antecipa o perigo. Pera aí. Vou ver se eu acho uma escada.
Incrível. Parabéns aí. Team Secret, parabéns mesmo, viu? Meu Deus. Freezer Clan, parabéns. Um ótimo vídeo. Emoção realmente do começo ao fim. Vale a pena para quem realmente gosta dos jogos online, vale a pena realmente quem tem amor mesmo. Foi emoção do começo ao fim, tenho certeza disso. Parabéns, ambas as equipes, aplauso para ambas as equipes. Mostrou realmente que jogos não têm favorito, mas foi emoção do começo ao fim. Eu ressalto isso, porque tanto no estádio das pessoas que estão presentes, como aqueles que estão vendo online, vibrou, torceu, chorou até o fim. Parabéns aí o pessoal da Rainbow. Parabéns também pelo evento que vocês fizeram aqui no Ibirapuera. Foi magnífico. Parabéns. De verdade. Para voltar as imagens do jogo. Incrível. Mesmo como dia como esse, então, na época do carnaval, nós vemos que a alegria dos jogos é mundial, incomparável. Mais alguns segundinhos, já temos de volta aí as imagens lindas aí do pessoal que estava no esse evento. Também tiveram aqui em São Paulo, então um momento marcante mesmo. Incrível, gente. Incrível, incrível. Incrível. Olha, incrível.
This is the grand final. We deserved it. Thank you for that. Woo! You needed so much strength to just keep the game going. I want to know, how was the communication in this last and key rounds?
I mean, we knew we needed to fight, and we were just fighting the entire time. We always kept going with the motivation. Obviously, we had individuals going crazy. Doom got 2 clutches in the end that really helped us push through. So, I mean, just a crazy game. Just an insane game.
FaZe Clan was so close to win the SI again, but the game is not over yet. What do you think was the key factors that led you to now play Border?
I think the key factor to play Border right now is maintaining focus on the round, because we are playing like very good in the beginning of the round, and then we let them kill everyone. So I think this is the main problem for us.
Secret stay alive inside this matchup with a savior, a lifeline that is called Doom.
And you know what? Doom rhymes with Doom, and let me tell you, he was the unsung hero. He was the beacon of hope for Secret in that series. Clutch after clutch, round after round. His individual prowess shined time and time again. And Leo, you cannot teach the split-second decision-making like that.
No one can teach you how to play like this. This is generational talent before our eyes. Look at this first 1v3, round 16. It's match point. Secret is about to lose. He's in a 1v3. He takes the first one. He gets the first one. After once he isolates the pick, gets the second one, and gets the third. That's the beauty of Doom. And he continues like this. And this time he's the one on match point. This time he's the one that can take it back. And he wins the 1v3. Again, for them to be back.
Again, it's that split-second decision-making. This is just something you cannot teach to a player. That is something that you just naturally have. And just looking at him, he can't even believe it in this moment. But time and time again, he continues to replicate it. And this kid is on fire.
Being able to do that in front of his mom as well. Obviously a huge thing for him inside of this grand final. And when it got to that second 1v3, I think everybody inside this arena knew deep down inside he is going to win that 1v3. He's going to send Secret to yet another map here and keep them alive in the matchup.
The Doom train has no brakes, and if we look at his EPS, 27 kills, 11 deaths. What a player. You needed hope. You said it best, just before the match began. You said they need a little hope. Well, that hope, it started with Doom, and then it continued with everyone else. I want to mention Savage was the first one as the IGL to bring everyone back. The attacks, that's a tough part of Fortress. He bring it with a shield, with Blackbird. He was the one leading the team. Noah as well, dropping multiple double digits. The three of them, the core of that roster, they made everything possible.
No, they were absolutely phenomenal. I do really want to highlight Savage because I said in that early round, Savage needs to be able to facilitate these rounds. He needs to be able to rally the troops. He needs to be making these calls that is going to win them these rounds. And then you have players like Noah that can piggyback off of it, get the kills that are needed. And then you have the man who was going to close it out, which was Joom, time and time again. And now because of the hope, and we talked about it, that is a very scary thing. Once it's instilled, it manifests and turns into something phenomenal.
It is. We heard Noah talk about it in the interview, right? We have some individuals popping off. The emotions are running high, and I think belief will be a thing that might be able to pull them through. We're going into this fourth map now. There's definitely still possibilities on either side. Secret did show a lot of improvement on this map. That was a FaZe pick, and we're now going to Secret's pick.
We're going to Border, which is a map that is heavily about momentum, heavily about gunfights, about trusting yourself, about belief in your teammates that they can pull amazing rounds. What better way to transition from this map to the other? They have the momentum with them. As a reminder, I don't know if anyone noticed, FaZe stood up. They thought they had won at some point. They had to sit back down and lose the map. The disbelief is on their side. The pressure is on their side. That's it. Secret has the momentum now. We have a real final on the way.
No, absolutely. And again, even for the side of FaZe, again, they've been here. They know what it's like. And when you look at the triumphs that they had to go through, even in the SI that they lost, they had it all in front of them. And then it would lead to them losing that entire series, lead to them losing out SI. They have to dig deep now. They had to fight tooth and nail each and every single one of those rounds. And those last two rounds really puts the pressure on them to play a perfect game of Siege, better than what we saw on Fortress.
Speaking for FaZe, if they want to close out this series here, there is one player they might be able to rely on, but he needs to step it up once again, as he's been doing.
I mean, Handy is in here for a BO5 record at this point. I mean, so many kills already. If we look at his stats throughout the map, it was actually completely insane. And right now, wow, that is the total amount of kills throughout the last 3 maps, 44 kills. The BO5 kill record sounds still at 65. All he needs is 21 kills and 22 to go a step higher and break the kill record of a BO5, Lax.
I mean, I'm just at a loss for words right now. 44 and 26. I mean, he is so strong. I know we highlighted Joom, but Handy, I mean, you have to give him a hand at this point with the way that he was playing. If he can keep that same level of ferocity and tenacity going into this border, it's going to be very scary because we know how aggressive, how gunfight-oriented this map and how heavily FaZe enjoys those types of moments. But again, if Handy can keep that going, it's going to be a barn burner, man.
I want to know, do we see a map 5 here? Yes or no? We got to keep it short.
I mean, at this point, we have to see a map 5. It's deserved. We are in for a grand final, and let's go.
Hey, I mean, reverse sweeps are not impossible. They are rare, and especially inside of a 6 invitational grand final. But it is possible. But Secret, absolutely fueled up.
Thank you, gente.
We have a
Obrigado
grand
aí.
final on our hands. Paris, la finale continue. All right, listen up. We're going to get serious for a moment here. Remember, these players work their entire lives for moments like this. $1 million on the line. We cannot have anybody giving players signals from the crowd. We need to make sure that this grand final maintains its integrity. If you are caught giving signals, you will get kicked out of the Adidas Arena. Just making sure that you're all aware of that. Excusez-moi, on va être sérieux pendant 2 secondes. Cette finale, les joueurs ici, ils jouent toute leur vie pour cette opportunité. Donc c'est extrêmement important, je vous le dis. Pas de signaux, rien pour aider les joueurs. Ils sont focalisés pour le jeu. Si on voit quelqu'un jouer un petit jeu de côté, vous serez jeté dehors, escorté par la sécurité. On est extrêmement sérieux. OK?
All right, serious business out the way. We got a map 4 in our hands.
Ian, can we do it?
Okay.
Ole, 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 ole. Jume, Jume.
Okay, before we get into map 4, we got one question. Who's taking it? Team Secret!
Or is it FaZe Clan? Or maybe it's Team Secret?
Or is it FaZe Clan? Okay, all right. Paris, together now. Faites-vous pris!
For a brief moment, we wondered, would this be the most dominant Six Invitational Grand Final of all time? And now our question has finally been answered. No, it will not. In fact, we have a game on our hands. FaZe Clan looks utterly dominant until Team Secret stood up, and it's mostly thanks to one man, one machine who brought into this game another level of quality that we have not seen from an individual in such a long time.
Doom had the game of his career just there in Fortress, being the sole reason why we're even going to board in the first place. The momentum has shifted. The fan favorite as well. Team Secret wins the online vote. I cannot believe that we saw what we did on Fortress. What will it be on Border, James?
A tie-breaking match between Brazil and Europe. An opportunity to go back-to-back for FaZe. If not, Secret push us the distance! They say miracles happen in the city of love. And I've already seen 2 today from Team Secrets. Could we see the first 0-2 SI final comeback since 2018?
The craziest thing is where that all started as well, right? Yes, the Doom clutch. But FaZe thinking they had actually won. They stood up, headsets off. The coach came and said, guys, we're still playing. They felt the rush of victory, only to met by defeat many rounds later in infinite overtime.
I think that happened when the scoreline read 8-7 and the final game ended up 11 rounds for Secret, 9 for FaZe Clan. Team Secret have shown that it doesn't matter what the scoreline is. It doesn't matter how dominant FaZe look. It doesn't even matter if FaZe are in a 3 versus 1, because Doom won 2 of them. For a long time, people have talked about this up-and-coming German player, and he's had a few showings. He's played on Heroic. He's now played on Team Secret for a time. He's been to a few majors. Hell, this team even raised a trophy in Riyadh in EWC last year. But many people wonder, what does it really mean to start a new generation of Siege? In a time where Brazil has been so dominant, a Brazilian roster like Furia that is 5 players who can show up big, where no individual stands out. A team like FaZe, where it is all about the team play, rallying behind Vidiking and his leadership. What does it mean when one player stands up and leads the charge for Europe?
It's that hope. When hope is lost on your side, it has to come from someone else. It can be a motivational speech backstage. It can be a call in the server. It can be a clutch from a player. Looking at these player cams, though, I'm seeing some head scratches from FaZe, looking a bit down. I'm seeing laughter from Team Secret. The crowd, of course, getting active as always, bringing out their lights, chanting for Team Secret. Now, momentum being so vastly changed now, it begs the question, does FaZe have the mental side of this to bring it back? Because the loss they just suffered could be the biggest of all later tonight.
Well, we've already seen FaZe lose 2 championship points today. In Sao Paulo 2 years ago, they lost 5 in a row. No team, off the top of my head, has fumbled more championship points than these 5 Brazilians on the stage today. And that confidence in Secret's ability to step up to the next level is what has set them forth for a 4th map. Both eyes of these coaches behind the players on the hammer as we listen to what the coaches had to say before this map started.
Have more games, or you're gonna secure that second hammer. What do you do to not let them overthink about that?
A gente vai basicamente jogar nosso jogo, sem se preocupar se é o último mapa ou não, e vamos com tudo aí pra cima.
Wouldn't you
Para ambas as
overthink?
equipes foi
We
espetáculo.
do not care if it's the
Tá
last
sendo
map or not.
espetáculo,
We
tenho
play
certeza
map
disso.
by map,
Qualquer bom
round by
jogador
round.
sabe disso.
We're good. Now this is such an important moment for
privilégio
Secret.
poder
You
ver
just
esse
gain it, your
espetáculo
confidence
aqui.
back. How do you help them to keep this momentum?
I think right now, we found our pace inside of the game, and it was very, very important for us getting there a little bit late. But after so many close rounds, so many clutches, so many situations like this, I think right now we just needed to reset a little bit and use this momentum into our favor. We know Border is a good map for us. Right now we just go and try to put our game as we were supposed to in the beginning of the match.
So a big reset there from the side of Secret. FaZe don't seem too bothered, but does that coach input tell the whole story? Not many players have played a deep infinite overtime match. Thankfully, I have, and I can tell you, it feels like that can define the entire grand finals. For me, it was the first game of a BO5, and that defined the entire outcome. Winning that, we give the team a 3-0. That was just how it was going to be. That's what happened for us. But going up 2 maps for FaZe, going into that deep game of Fortress now, it completely resets the story of this grand final. It has shifted momentum. It has changed the energy. And FaZe, who has spent so much to get to where they are, have lost so much from all those rounds. And they look a little bit down.
And just like that Penta EG Grand Final way back in 2018, Team Secret now go into the 4th map on their map pick. For you guys, it was winning Cafe, what you never expected on map 3, that gave you what you needed to come back on the final 2. I believe it was Bank as map 4. You might remember better than me way back in the day. Yeah. And then Coastline, of course, to close.
Yeah.
For Team Secret, Fortress was never where they expected to win this. FaZe Clan picked that map knowing that they were good on the newest map in the pool, that they are one of the early adopters, the innovators of new strategies and new maps. But Team Secret pushed them so deep, deeper than we've ever seen Secret push FaZe before.
And then we go to Border with the new game confidence of Secret, which was just saying, this is a very strong map for us. This is where we want to be. Now we can play our original game plan with confidence. That sets us up very nicely for that 5th and final map should we go there at Clubhouse. That brings everything we've seen tonight. The teamwork, the coordination, the executes, the roam clear, all those fundamentals into one map. That's Clubhouse.
And Border is just such a good battlefront for Team Secret. Let's not forget that yesterday, in that matchup that they never expected to win, that everyone in the crowd cheered against them for, against Falcons, Team Secret took that map. They won 7-5 on Border. Rewind another day. What was the one map that FaZe lost to Falcons on?
Oh, no.
It was Border.
Oh, no.
That's exactly right.
Oh, no.
So if we do a little bit of equivalence here, FaZe lost to Falcons on Border. Secret beat Falcons on Border. I think it's pretty evident that Secret should be favored here on the 4th map. And it all started in one moment at the end of the 15th round on Fortress, when FaZe thought they had just won the championship. 8-7, forgetting about infinite overtime, they got out of their seats and started to celebrate as if they had just done what they have been dreaming for the last 2 years.
But no music started playing. It was in fact not over just yet. And once they realized, the energy shifted. We're finally back in the server. We're booting up FaZe on defense, Secret on the attack, Damo, Scrim, and Sami Smoke. When we see these smoke bans, we know what's going to happen. It's once again about Secret on the attack, controlling tempo and pace. They can go for fast executes. They can go for direct plants. They can utilize operators like the rework factory, the 9 C4s, etc. and force FaZe's hand. This map of Border, it's very small. You can very quickly find yourself in a calm 5v5 to a bomb post plant.
FaZe chose to start on the defensive side, but this is the second most attacker-sided map in the pool at the current time. Team Secret have a chance to have a flying start here on the absolute chaotic battleground that is Border. And guess what? They've also looked to bring the Montaigne here from Savage, who, can I just say, on the Blackbeard on Fortress, reached new heights, even for an IGL as esteemed as Savage.
I like this setup from FaZe Clan though. They got Util in the Mira and the Clash to counter shields and the fast pushes. They got Goyo canisters for the bomb site rush, but then they bring Cyber on the Oryx. Now, if they're anticipating a shield operator, especially Monty, this is the #1 counter in the Oryx. Late round flank possibility, also very real. So Secret, if you don't know about the Oryx right now, have to play it safe, they have to play it smart.
As they start to set up, what do they see? The Twitch is a perfect operator to clear out a lot of this utility. The Tenari's lasers, the Vulcan's canisters. On the flip side, FaZe have plenty of counters of their own. Watch out for the Oryx. If you're Doom or Savage, the two shields very vulnerable to that dash. The Cyber's down below and he sees one of the shields. Doesn't want to take a 2v1. He doesn't know if Savage has backup.
He always does. That's the whole thing, right?
Sorry, that was Doom.
It was actually just Doom, yeah, this time. Savage on the Monty instead upstairs in the E, so Secret working 2 angles, downstairs and above. Applying pressure around the map, much like on Fortress. Triple wall open for a line of sight, forcing back the players step by step. But that mirror window is next. Mowgli has to rotate over. There's no protection for this mirror window, unfortunately, so it gets popped immediately. Bit of a shame if you ask me.
Secret really struggle against that mirror. A lot of the time we've talked about how they need to be bringing more Ash, and they've done so here when it matters the most. And they spot this cheeky little Denari.
Whoa.
The lasers activate. And by this point, I believe Noah's already used his Twitch drone, so he won't be able to target KDS.
He has one in break room actually right now, looking for it. He's playing by Banana, a hard position to clear. But right now it's just Noah holding him at bay while they work that office portion. Look at this clash. It's such a frustrating operator with the shield.
It does enable Doom to get a little bit of distance. KDS will take him down. And Savage, meanwhile, the other shield looks to try and get aggressive in office, but he's about to be met with souls on the clash as well. What kind of a response does Secret have to deal with this immovable object?
They have nobody on the archives window. They can't cut the rotation, so FaZe are fighting back, even numbers.
Another one to fall. It's Adrian, who cannot make his way inside. Fountain is a fortress, but Noah's flick might bring it back. Double kill for Noah. But him and Savage are the last ones left for Secret. And still Souls, with that clash, can continue to keep this Monty at bay.
Could go for a revive here for Savage. Should be maybe. Oh, actually, he's inside the building. Not savable whatsoever right now. So Noah has to be the hero. Work out Savage's information. With Souls in the clash, they'll have equal information on both sides.
This is so dangerous if they go for a revive here.
Gonna do it.
They're gonna do it. The coverage from Noah. And the clash doesn't see
Could
it
they
happen.
plant Archive Store, maybe?
Is there a world where the plan could go down? Vidiking is inside Archives right now. He's right next to the breach. He needs to get aggressive. He looks to try and find the feet of the Monty, but none of the shots land. Adrian is so low HP. Savage trying to take the fight. Adrian teams up together.
Planning default.
Noah on the other side, and the plan starts to begin. Souls activates his gadgets, but the clash needs to go big. He finds the first one. Savage will... The Deagle whip. 2 of the DMR and the revolver to shut the door on FaZe. Secret continue their fortress form here on border.
The clutching continues. It is not a clean game. It is not a clean round, but it is a round victory nonetheless. Noah, the flick onto the Banana player in CCTV. The 2K follow-up by Beaver Door. And step by step, Secret, they are problem solving that round. I mean, look at this. That's how it started. The frame flick and the follow-up. The coverage here is everything. Has no more time, almost out of bullets, has to sprint into action.
Every single round that Secret find on this attacking side is more damage. It's going to really front Furia in the second half.
I mean, the mental side of FaZe has to be questioned at this point. They're losing all these rounds that are theirs for the taking. They're winning, and yet the score does not increase.
No team has been more consistent in the history of Rainbow Six Siege, and yet no team has fumbled more championships opportunities than FaZe. Remember, all the way back, it was round 3 on Fortress, the last time FaZe won an attacking round. They're on defense now, but if Secret really mount a strong case in this first half, and the mental boom is in effect, I don't think FaZe will have much success in the second half at all.
They're forcing the clash right now. I think they want it to be target banned, come that third option, and then they have a second operator in mind to force them. So FaZe are playing a long game here on border. Technically maybe showing a weaker strategy to get stronger later on. But here comes Souls in the front, just being annoying to deal with. There's no real counter operators, right? Kind of Nomad here on the doors, But if Souls just doesn't walk into them, it won't make a damn difference. There's no Capital, there is no Kali. And it feels like you have to work around Souls if you're Secret. Where he is, you go somewhere else. Especially if you're Savage, because that electrification messes with the shields.
It's a big rotation though, and it puts KDS under the pump. He's holding on in CCTV as they breach the break room wall. That restricts the support that the rest of Secret can give to him, but it also opens up the avenue for Souls to use that taser in the long range. Savage is feeling a lot of pressure between that taser and between the Malusi Banshee, but he gets away from the guard break just in time. KDS flicks onto the Montaigne amidst the crossfire. Souls has come to support, and Vidiking as well. Secret are bleeding out, and while they find one kill, it is not enough to take control.
This time they lose the Monty. That was the wing condition last time around. It wasn't able to plan the revive and the push for intel.
Oh my god!
Punished vertically by Cyber downstairs in custom stock, leaving just 2 players upstairs trying to work together.
This clash has been such a headache. It enables the aggression from the rest of FaZe. Vidiking bites off a little bit more than he can chew. And Mowgli begins his campaign in this 1 versus 4, now a 1v3. He saw Doom do it twice on Fortress. Can he himself stand up when he's facing down a clash on the other side with no util to deal with it?
That's exactly the problem. Souls could 1v1 him for a while here up top floor. Mowgli has to respect the bait game. Is there a person behind him? We know, no, there is not. They're both playing downstairs. We ignores the clash. I guess he feel that perhaps it is actually free for the taking.
Tries to bait him, he's giving him for 1 kill. He's caught between 2, and Handy will handily shut him down. FaZe recomposed, but from the look on Vidiking's face, we know exactly where FaZe's mental is at now.
I do feel like Secret right now, they're playing a very linear attack, and I'm not too big of a fan of it. I would like them to get that more backstep-oriented gameplay. Right there, for example, 2 rounds in a row, they're pushing into CCTV and E-stairs. Never at one point do we see a player flanking Armory side, going Archive's window, going Sandwich Repel, or anything like that. So the clash goes where the push is coming from and denies so many people at once. So we want to see more split pressure, more split theory, if you will. I think FaZe, as I said, they're going to keep forcing this clash. They want it to get banned away, genuinely. And the thing is, I'm sure Secret know of this, but there's nothing they can do just yet. They're hiding the Bandit as well. Bandit tricking for the mirror window in case of the Ash counter is very smart, because very recently, guys, Ash breaches now gets destroyed by electrified walls.
We've come full circle on that, haven't we?
We've come full circle. Originally it was like that. Then they changed it when Sophia was released, more or less. Then now again, they do get destroyed. So Bandit / Kaid counters the Ash for the mirror windows. But there's no Ash.
There is no Ash this time around. I'm not sure if perhaps they even hit the mirror successfully. I mentioned earlier, Secret have struggled against mirror, except for that round before when they brought the Ash to the table. I'll tell you what they're not struggling with. It's dealing with all of the things that the Twitch can handily do away with. Vulcan canisters, Denari's lasers, even popping the gas pipe as well. Now, there are a stack of Vulcan canisters inside of Archives to prevent a potential rush or even a late plan as well from FaZe. No Barb on the main stairs, though, by the way.
Just the lasers at the very tippity top. Now, Secret are changing the pace here. They're clearing util first, taking the fights later. And without that shield, this could be a more spread out attack, not playing around just the Monty, for example.
Nice Con 6 onto that shield at 90, by the way.
There's the rotate, triple wall. So they have E-stairs control. Now they're working triple, and they've completely struggled any attack towards CCTV. But you're right, the juggle right now denies them that exact breach. So hiding the Bandit for that very reason.
Oh no.
And Vidiking with a great swing takes down Savage, looking the wrong direction.
That's the one operator that Secret needed to deal with the clash in the late round gone. Yep. Goodbye, Capital, and goodbye to Noah. The Twitch is completely obliterated by a nuclear C4 tossed outside the break room. Mowgli needs to have a miracle here, and I don't think he's going to be given the opportunity.
Not sure about these attacks. They have almost no T from Secret, especially this one. They have never pushed that goal button. Almost no pressure, no foothold in the server. There's a swing punished by Doom. KDS getting a little overzealous. That means they get CCTV control with this kill.
Reaction times of a god, but here comes Souls, and the clash is going to pretty handily just shut Doom out of it. And with Mowgli taking control of 90, it does give a little bit more mobility to Doom. What's going on here, though, for Adrian at the top of the stairs? He looks to try and find a gap against Vidiking. Souls has gone down, but amidst the chaos, it's only Mowgli left, and he will fall as well. A second defense has been claimed by the Brazilians. They are well on their way to putting pressure back on Secret.
For Ogre to Benseer, the clash has to go. Even though FaZe are clearly baiting it by overforcing it, it has been a huge problem for the side of Secret.
Is it really a bait if it's working?
Well, that's the issue, right? When the bait is so good, it's actually not a bait. Monty Bennett responds, I was actually a bit curious. I think if you're anticipating that clash ban yourself, it's very wise to ban the Monty as the big...
Só abrir aqui um pouquinho aqui, gente. Para falar um pouquinho com vocês, o meu áudio aqui está um pouco diferente aqui. Olha, ambas as equipes estão tranquilas, eu estou no sossego aqui da casa, aqui no dia de folga, de trabalho. Realmente é um privilégio poder assistir esse jogo entre ambas as equipes, a força de ambas as equipes. Parabéns aí, Team Secret. Parabéns também a FaZe Clan. E jogo é o principal daquilo que a gente sempre gosta de estar vendo. Os bons competidores. Eu vou continuar vendo o jogo aqui, mas a gente vou fechar aqui um pouquinho, tá? Vai ficar esses momentos aí com vocês que foram incríveis, mas os momentos que a gente vai estar assistindo aqui vão ficar para sempre, com certeza. Porém, os problemas, né, que infelizmente estão comentando tudo, né, desse problema que nós, inclusive, enfrentamos aqui no Parque Independência. Nós temos levado isso da polícia, né, a setores, né, que podem cuidar disso, dessas ofensas, por não aceitar, por se acharem até algumas pessoas que se envolveram ao crime organizado, se achar melhor do que nós, pelo dinheiro, pela lavagem do dinheiro que obtiveram por diversos modos. Mas isso não é momento para falar sobre isso. Esse é um outro caso, é caso de polícia. Quero só aproveitar o momento para poder curtir esse campeonato e ambas as equipes. Não adianta falar o que todo mundo já sabe, né? Parque Independência, Jardim Ângela. A gente espera somente uma solução da justiça. Mas que Deus abençoe todos os competidores, o World Play Gamers. Thank you. Thank you, brothers. Thank you, Play Gamers. Forever. Ok? Gamers. Peace e muita paz a todos. Esse vídeo vai ficar postado, ok? Que Deus abençoe vocês.